welcome back. Thank you for joining me. We're running out of food, aren't we? So, what have we got? We've got 6,800 wheat, we've got no potato, and we've got very little buckwheat. So we're relying on wheat this year, which is interesting because we've always had that as a bit of a struggle. Let's have a look at our chickens. So they've got lots of chicken meat, lots of eggs. Chicken meat and eggs. Wow, 150 eggs there. 70 chicken meat, 21 eggs, and 90 chicken meat, 29 eggs. So in all these farms we've got plenty of stuff, and we've got wheat and buckwheat. So we've run out of everything but wheat. So we'll certainly need to depend on wheat a bit more. These guys don't have much potato, and they've got a bit of buckwheat. Not a lot of potato. We've shut down these two, haven't we, to extend the food. So we need to certainly allow wheat to be stored here. Let's do 200 at each of these pig pens for now, just to top up the food until harvest time. And what else have we got? It is just pigs, isn't it, that need all that. Whoa, they've only got a little bit of buckwheat left, so let's give them some actual wheat. That's the advantage in being able to have different crops. So okay, so they've all got wheat. And how many workers have you got? So they're loading up on wheat already. They can be supplied by anyone. I'm just checking all these pig pens can be supplied by everyone. Those hadn't been ticked, so let's supply you by labourer, and by wagon. Now, ultimately what we want to do, let's just increase the speed. Ultimately what we want to do is go full employment. And we're getting back on track with our harvest. We've got these two big farms offline this year, and actually it would be way better to have just yeah, we could stagger that. We'll work a way of staggering that because it's a bit too much to have off at once. What are you trading? Whoa, look, they're trading. Let's take potatoes, 2,000 for 160. Let's take flour, 2,000 for 300. We don't really. Oh, look, they're demanding shoes. I bet you we've got 2,000, so we'll sell 2,000 at 640. They're demanding wheat. We want to keep our wheat. They're offering salt lime. It's a shame you can't access your inventory while you're on a trade. Let's salt, lime, iron, pigs and horses. It's just salt. Salt we've got over 10,000. Wow, we really don't need any more. Lime we said would just keep buying, didn't we? But we've got 26,000, so we'll hold tight on that. And what was the other thing? Iron. Do we need iron? No, we've got 18,000 iron. Wow. Okay, well, if you think about it, if we've only got 3,000 in the bank, 450 people, but we've got enormous resources, and that's where the true wealth of the nation is stored. So that's something quite incredible. And look, we've built all our houses over here now. Couldn't build one on the end there because of the undulations in the countryside. So looking quite nice. And I've decided we certainly could put a row of houses there. That would look really nice. Follow that curve round, and then it creates a little bit of a village square in there. So let's do that while we're thinking about it. Yeah, so we'll go from the edge. You could start. Yeah, let's keep the big house on the end. There's quite a lot of faffing about deleting them all the time. We can leave that for the terraced houses in the north. These are the big fancy houses of the south. We'll keep the house in the middle. Won't bunch them up too close together. So I know there was someone out there that wasn't quite liking that proximity of the housing. Just angling them round slightly each time. And you're going to clash into these guys down here, so should we keep going round? I think we can. One more. Oh, it's snapping to there, so if you press down Alt, it unsnaps. Alt, there we go. Oh, completely unsnaps. Yeah, let's leave that gap. So there we go. We've got our little village there. We can put a little centre in the middle there, and we could even have another house on the end here. I don't think that would be a disaster, would it? Because we could do with the extra farm workers down here. Oh, it won't allow us to put it. Oh, let us put it down there because the bridge in the way. Go on then. I'll put it down. That's it. So we're in May, June, July, August, 3 months until harvest, and we got 4,000 wheat. I think we'll be alright. We've ordered in more potatoes. Let's just send out some more messengers. We'll send a messenger to everyone, and then we'll do it again, and we'll just make sure we stock up on food. And let's just have a look at all the other stats. So we've got 160 milk, chicken meat 20, chicken eggs 27. I mean, a lot of the chicken eggs we'll be taking into the trading post because we're storing 2,000 at a time. Shoes 320. We'll have loads in the trading post though. Shoes we've got 980, so we're building that up. Sunflower oil 2,000. Let's see what you've got to trade. They're offering iron and horses. I bet you we've got 1,000 chicken eggs, so we'll sell that for 100. Oh, they're demanding metal parts. We won't have the flour or the dried fish, but metal parts are a money maker. 923. This is it. This is our big moment. 920. Wow, look at that. 920 metal parts for 460 money. It's the deal of the century, and we've got 18,000 iron to just keep making metal parts. And I think I remember we did a bit of a mistake up here, didn't we, where we built a slaughterhouse instead of a smithy, and we're still waiting to build the smithy. But once we get that up and running, that's going to increase our capacity for that sort of thing, the metal parts and all that. Nearly finished this block. See what we're trading. Offering salt and sallow. Oh, and they're after shoes. Well, let's sell you all the shoes we can. If we've got 2,000, it'll get us 640. But someone said, don't worry about having a look at what you've got in stock at the trading post, because if you haven't got enough to fulfill the order, they'll just take what you've got. So 1,700. We might get a bit more there in time. And look at all the labourers going to help them. And is there another trader? There is. They're offering metal parts. Well, too late. We've already sold a load to someone. Chicken eggs. We can try and do another 1,000 for 100. We can just throw that out there. Now that we know the items that we're selling, we can just sell the maximum load. And if we've got it in stock, great. If not, then they'll just take what they've got, and we don't need to keep checking the trading post. That's a good tip from someone. Thanks for that. Building a load more houses up here. And do you know what? With all of these extra houses and people to feed, we will probably need another farm. And I know you're going to say, what? We're just trying to get all the labour sorted. But I think it'll probably be a good idea. So we'll lay down a farm here. And we will get that balance, because the more scale we have, the better it's going to be in the end. We'll put the farm right in the middle there. And we'll wait for that to be built, and once it's built we will put the fields out. It's a really nice space for that farm. It works really well in that area. We could have some big fields out there, and it's near all the labour force as well. We could have some houses down here, and we could have a few more down here, like a row going down and round. And then we've got our pig farm to expand once we know we've got our food back on track. And could certainly add a few more workers. So we've got 159 eggs, 10 chicken meat. So the situation, okay, well, we've taken some of the chicken meat and eggs out of there. How about this one? Yeah, okay, so we are keeping on top of the situation. Now, my thought was that if we want to produce less chicken meat, you reduce the number of hatchlings, because it's less chicks turning into chickens. And if you want to reduce the number of eggs being produced, then reduce the number of chickens, but maintain the number of hatchlings, because that's how many live sort of chicken egg layers you've got. That's my theory. But we don't have a lot of chicken meat in stock. We did have 3,000 at one point, didn't we? But we've got 10. So I think our increased population is really drawing down on the food now, where it was once in abundance. That's why I'm thinking we should get the extra farm on. And a few people complaining about food availability here, so we're probably just about running out of food, are we? But we've still got things like beef and chicken eggs and chicken coming in. Wheat is down to about 900, and we're in July, and we're not going to be far off harvest, you know. So let's put an equal number of workers across the board at maybe 12, and we'll see how that goes. These guys are after sallow, dried fish, lime and sunflower. None of that we have in abundance, so we'll hold fire on that, and we'll send out some more messengers because we're getting close to harvest time. We might be able to snag some more food. We've got 3,600, and I think the economy's doing quite well. So we just need to get on top of food, and we've got loads and loads of houses going down, so we're going to have plenty of workers for all the farms. And next year we're going to have both of these farms, these big farms, active. But I think, yeah, we'll change the order of things, and we probably need a bit more. We probably need to put these onto food rather than luxury goods, because we've got the luxury goods elsewhere, haven't we? We've got our luxury farm. So you're probably going to go fallow, I think. Even though you're fallow this year, we need to bump you onto fallow next year, and then change the whole order. So we're starting to bump the fields on. So we'll do wheat, buckwheat, potato, and we'll do you wheat, buckwheat, potato. And then we'll do the same here. So we're going to have 2 fields out next year, but it means that the follow-on for the year after will be fine. And so let's do the same here. So this year you'll be fallow on a couple of fields, and we'll do the same every year. Just bump a couple of fields on every year, and we'll just move these to buckwheat. That'll be fine. There we go. So we're already diversifying out that farm away from just being solidly fallow for a whole year. We've got a pig died of starvation. Now this is interesting because we're in August, and we've got people harvesting already. So let's check this out. We're right on the edge of the limits of this. Okay, so we've got full labourers on that farm. Not many there, 1 labourer there, and just a handful of labourers here. So we're struggling a bit for supply. We've got a whole load of crops to harvest, and loads of crops being harvested here. So yeah, these guys have quite a lot of labourers. Oh, and they're getting through the jobs. Look at them, they've nearly harvested it all. Quite a lot of labourers there as well. I wonder if, because these farms on the edge are so far away from all the other guys, maybe they're just struggling a bit with the labour force, the labour supply. Emptying complete, so stop emptying. So you're going to be ready for when we do get the pigs back up and running. And we've gone through our fight back year from last year, and we just need to rebalance everything and get things going again. So we've got our harvest coming in now. We're in September. We've got a lot of people, 468, and we're bringing it in. We've got our luxury farm with hemp and sunflower. We've got our main farms now with buckwheat coming in, and we've got wheat coming in as we speak. So the animals will start to get fed. If we have a look at the animals, yeah, look, they've got a bit of everything now. Potato, wheat and buckwheat. And here, so the animals are fine. Let's just take this opportunity to make sure we are trading as much as we can. So we'll send messengers out again to everywhere, so we can buy in any food, because it's harvest time. Everywhere's going to have a glut. This is my theory. So we can buy in a load of food and see if anyone wants to buy anything as well. And these guys are becoming a bit happier. Should we just watch a bit of the harvest? It's quite nice to watch the harvest from this angle, I think, because there's 2 farms next to each other. And look, we've got, oh wow, we've got 4,000 flour in stock at our trading post, and the reason that it's sitting there, see here, and 4,000 buckwheat. The reason it's sitting there might be because we're not stocking it in our granaries. So we want to have 1,000 buckwheat in this granary. We've got all the supply options ticked. Let's give you another worker. And we've got ticked take from other granaries, and we'll go to the granaries down here and make sure they're after buckwheat and flour. So buckwheat we have here, and they're requesting 1,000, and flour. And do we want flour over here as well? Flour and buckwheat, yeah, so we're after both. Oh, now with that extra worker, we do have buckwheat coming in, so that's good. Ooh, potatoes. We're going to buy 2,000 potatoes for 160. We're going to leave the rest because we've got tons of it, and we can sell sunflower oil to these guys, 2,000. We don't have anything else that we're after. These guys, we can try selling 2,000 sunflower oil, but we can try selling 2,000 shoes as well. And they're offering sallow. Let's take 2,000 sallow for 200 because it's food. And then third trader is after chicken eggs. We can try selling you 1,000 chicken eggs, and we can try selling you 2,000 horseshoes. And they're demanding buckwheat and offering live chicken and metal parts. We've done some amazing trades there. I think it's definitely the time of year is important. So yeah, we've got sunflower oil and shoes. Horseshoes we've got a little bit of, and we'll just see what we sell. We've got 3,300 in the bank, and we've just traded for a load of food, and we've asked, and we're exporting. Wow, look at this map of trades. So we've got a lot of movement going on here. Look at that. That's probably the biggest trading session we've had. So if we click on this place, we're importing potato. We've lost it. There we go. We're importing 2,000 potato. We're selling sunflower oil and shoes, and we're also importing sallow. Maximum amounts. Here we are selling sunflower oil if we've got it, and here we are selling chicken eggs and horseshoes if we've got them, if they want. And there we go. Here are the wagons coming in. So that's pretty nice. And what's this? Oh, cool. It's a wagon loading up charcoal, so that's really efficient. It's taking some really big quantities. Our wagons are really doing some amazing work because they're taking huge workloads away from you know, the carts, the people with the carts. Which reminds me, oh look, we've finished our blocks up here. Wow. Yeah, we've got carts up there. And did we do the wagons? We did, yeah. Yeah. That's good. Should give them another worker. Got a granary up here. We won't activate that quite yet. We'll just make sure the others are working. So now we've got an additional worker, 2 workers. We do have potato, chicken meat and buckwheat in stock. No flour yet. So do we still have some flour in our trading post? Yeah, we do. I wonder why we're not emptying it. We could say that we should empty it. That's interesting. We want to be emptying that. Looks like we empty the potatoes. Maybe we need more people employed, so we'll employ someone else at that granary. Yeah, look, we've got potato and buckwheat there. Ah, okay. We've got 1,000 buckwheat there. Let's make that 5,000. Let's just increase the amount of buckwheat flour potatoes we have there to 5,000, and let's do the same up here. It might be the quantities that aren't quite making it. 4,000, 4,000, 5,000. It's just the buttons that I can find while not looking at the keyboard. And we'll probably give you another worker for the granaries. We need the granaries to work a bit more now, I think. Still harvesting, so we're in November, and if we just put maximum labourers onto everyone, we're getting there. So this farm is completely clear, and it's because it's closest to all the workforce. The workers are getting there, and I think the workers are having a bit longer to walk to get to this farm. So it's struggling a bit more with the supply of workers, but they're getting there as they've finished at the other farms. Here's our luxury farm. That's struggling most of all to get workers, that farm, the luxury farm. And these guys are finished because they're right in the middle of everyone, and they got all the workers first of all. Yeah, look, they've got their harvest in, and it's probably already been distributed to some of the granaries and all the markets. So we hover over here, let's have a look. Not a lot of food, so we're getting about 2,000 wheat. Wow. Buckwheat, we've got about 3,000. And potatoes, 2,600, so it's not an enormous amount of food, but next year we've got our 2 main farms coming online. Trader. After wheat, shoes, we'll try and sell you, and sunflowers, we're just hitting the max amounts, and then let's send a messenger to our other neighbours. We've got nearly 4,000 actually, so we did on that big trade day, we did some positive numbers, even though we were trading in a lot of stuff. And don't forget, in our trading post, we've got 4,000 buckwheat. Oh, we've got 1,000 potatoes, and we've got 4,000 flour. So we've got food. We've brought it in. I mean, we're not in too much trouble, but it's not showing up. So we're being offered buckwheat. We'll go 2,000 buckwheat for 200 money. We'll take a bit of honey because we've got a bit of spare money. 2,000 honey for 200. They're demanding flour. We'll keep our flour, and we won't need anything else. And yeah, that's fine for those traders. Okay, so we just need to work out how to get the buckwheat out of the trading post. We'll add another worker to our granary. I wonder if... So we've not got... add another worker to that granary. So we've got full workers on our granaries. We've got... I think it might be... Okay, we're opening up our labourers and going full labourers on our trading post, and look at them bounce in. I think we're not taking the flour and the buckwheat because we're bringing in sunflower oil and shoes, so we've just opened up our labourers, and I think that's going to be the issue. And then we should have plenty of food to get through. They're offering wheat. We'll take 2,000 wheat for 200 for sure every day. Metal parts, textiles, live chickens we don't need, and we don't really have enough dried fish. We're not trading lime because it's not renewable, and we'll keep our sunflower. What did our luxury goods do? We've got hemp, we got 8,000. Sunflower I'm not seeing, so we must be turning that straight into oil. And if we have a look at our sunflower sort of oil works, our oil workshop, yeah, this is where we've got it. A lot of labourers. One worker seems to be enough. No spare sunflower. So we're doing the good stuff with the sunflower. Hemp we've got loads of, so we could make more clothes. So why don't we put more people employed at the weaver's workshop, and slaughterhouse. Let's employ someone else at the slaughterhouse. Have you got... It's only men that are allowed there. We're going to increase our meat production then, probably. And let's hire some more people at the tailor's workshop. So we're edging closer and closer to full production. And actually, if we think about it, we need more food, don't we? So let's make sure we've got full employment at our chicken coops. And we'll make sure we've got full employment at our pig pens. Our pigsties, and over here as well. We need to make sure we're not breeding horses. We're not. Good. That's fine. And we've got full workers at our pigsties. Yeah, all supply is ticked. And we'll go full workers, yeah, at our chicken coops. Brilliant. Now, if you think about it, the amount of food that we've got in our animal enclosures is enormous. We've got like 500-600 food in each place, and so we're really sucking in the resources into our animals, and that's really the main thing. And then our people are getting the finished goods in terms of the chicken meat and the pig meat and the sallow. Got nearly 500 people, which is enormous. And look, no one looking for a job or no open vacancies really. We've got 4,000 in money, so our economy is steady and growing. And next year we're going to have all of our farms working, except one will be fallow, but our two big ones will open up, minus 2 fields, because we're staggering their harvest, and then we'll stagger it again the year after. So there's a little bit of wastage happening. But also, we're going to be building a farm very soon. So let's check out this messenger. Offering lime, horse, iron, cow, demanding flour and sallow. I think once we can start selling flour and sallow, we've cracked it. And the sallow is just the pigs, and the flour is just the wheat. So we've got another farm that's going to come up and running. And we need to make sure we're not overproducing meat, which we're not. We're not showing any chicken in stock, and we're not showing any. Oh, there was a little bit of pork, 30 pork, 50 pork, but we're not showing any extra beef either. So I wonder if we need more cow sheds. They're just going through. They've got all the supply buttons ticked. These guys, it's just labourers. I'm tempted to build another cow shed, you know. Let's do it. We focused on cow sheds quite early on in life, didn't we? Do you know what you can do actually to get the same orientation? You can just copy a building like that with this button down there. It's the wrong way round though. If we just turn it round this way, that will make a bit more sense. Then it isn't orientated properly, but it can share the supply from the building behind it, and then we could always build another couple of barracks, hay barracks, and we've probably got enough hay dryers. We don't need any more hay dryers, I don't think. We're starting a new season, and our two big farms are back in business. And don't forget, we lost all those oxen. I did just say the plural for ox, by the way. Thank you for those in the comments who said what it is. There we go. Our two main farms are back in business, which is fantastic. And there's a lovely little sort of square here. So let's watch some of the harvest. There we go. We're ploughing, and then they're sowing the crops up there, and there's ploughing up there, which is nice to see. And started ploughing this field. I don't know which field's going to be fallow. Maybe these two in this corner. And their hay barracks through the winter did quite well. They've got a capacity of 1,000 and we've got 650 left. So we're looking after our animals. It's looking nice. Let's keep doing some deals and keep it moving. Go on the world map. Send a messenger. Send a messenger. Send a messenger. Now, really, we want to do. Look. So, have we been taking out? Oh my God! Look, we've got 5,000 buckwheat, 4,000 flour, and we've still got a ton of labourers going in there. The trading post is really where it's going on. And look, we've run out of room, so you can't really see how much wheat is going on there. That will be good to see. But hopefully we're removing it to granaries. Got a messenger. Let's buy buckwheat for sure. 2,000 buckwheat for 200. We'll buy some nails because that helped us increase production. We'll go for 1,000 nails for 50 money because that's nothing. And we do have some leather here, 865, so we could just get rid of that because it doesn't look like it's emptying out at all. 860 for 86 money. They're after sallow, but we don't really have that in excess. Looks like we're unloading wheat, but not buckwheat and flour. I think there may be a bit of a bug in the game not taking that out. And we're loading up on the chicken eggs here. Let's see what our next trade is. Offering salt and lime, and they're demanding wheat and shoes. Well, let's keep selling shoes every day. Maximum shoes. Got another trader. Ah, so they're after horseshoes, chicken eggs, sunflower, all those we could offer. Let's just see how many chicken eggs and horseshoes we can sell, and sunflower. It's a deal. So we've just done those trades, and we're just leaving it on the max amount, just seeing if they can do it. Oh look, whatever wheat we bought in has been moved out. So that's strange. So it doesn't look like you can take buckwheat or flour from the trading post into a granary, because we've got the workers. Let's just open up our labourers as well, just in case that's limiting them, and just apply it to all the granaries, but I don't think it will be. And so what we might have to do, and we'll just do it if we have to, but I think this is a bug we've found. We may need to empty out our trading post, which you see you can make empty, but it's a pain. It'll take a lot of labour, and it would mean, do you know what might do it? If we cross out the buckwheat. There we go. Okay, that's worth knowing. A bit silly, I'd still call that a bug, and we'll cross out flour. Okay, all of a sudden we're unloading, and I bet you we've got 1 million labourers taking it all here, yeah. Okay, good to know, good to know. Messenger, offering honey. Let's take your honey, 2,000 honey, max honey for 200. We don't need anything else, and we're not giving you flour because we've just taken it in. Okay, well we've worked out something with the trading post that was an issue. So same with leather then. Let's not list that, because we're doing the shoes. Okay, so don't list things if you want to be unpacking them as well. And potatoes, let's not list potatoes there, because and it looks like everything is just taken into your first trading post. The second trading post, when you order stuff, it's not going to be bought in here. So what you could do actually is set up your second trading post that you've built with everything that you're ordering in, like potato, buckwheat and flour, so it gets taken to this trading post to be unloaded, because you're not listing it there, but you can list it in this trading post if you do want to sell it at some point. But that's fine. So we're unloading everything. Still got that annoying buckwheat harvest that was the big glitch. And it looks like all the granaries are happy with the buckwheat and the flour they've got, but slowly unpacking it. And we're flying now. We're really starting to flourish. So if we have a look in our stock, all that buckwheat will be showing. We've got 5,000. Wheat we're short of 29. Potato we're not showing any of. So it does look like we're surviving each year with a few thousand of one of the harvest, and the others are going out of stock, probably depending on maybe which farm's been most successful. Oh look, we've built that nice row of houses. So what we could probably do with is 4 market stalls right in the middle here. So let's do that. Could put them here, couldn't we? I bet you there's someone out there that can make this look pretty. And quite like the idea of just having them along here like that. Then another one there. Yeah, and we have some trees. Have a tall cottonwood in the middle there, and then where's the birch tree? Birch trees are quite like, so we have a birch tree on each end. And then we could probably have some benches, couldn't we? The benches could look quite nice. Where's the bench? There we go. It disappeared when we were zoomed in. So we probably want the benches like this, kind of to mirror like a little bench square. And then have them go around this way. We forget benches sometimes. Wow, look at look at all the people. We'll have the benches go out like that. If we give a bit of space, we can have some like a bush or something. There we go. They've planted that tree, and that'll grow big. It takes time to grow. Have a little bush in the corner. There we go. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Looks very nice. We'll go with that. That's a really nice refined community, very exclusive on the riverfront. These guys are looking out into the woods. So that's a pretty nice place to live. And here we go. Wow, look at all these harvests going on then. I mean about to go on in August. We're in June. And then it's just this farm here that's fallow. And then we should have had a couple of fields in each farm. Looks like we've got one field that's fallow. And then two over here, so that's better than nothing. Must have made a mistake or something. Oh no, it stayed on that year. That's strange. But anyway, it's still staggering. It's still in the calendar. What are you offering? Honey. Let's go more honey. 2,000 for 200. We can sell chicken eggs, and we're just selling the max amount each time and just ordering the max amount each time. So if I say we're buying and selling stuff and executing the order, we're just doing it. We're rolling with it now. There we go. We've unpacked all the flour and all the buckwheat. That's amazing. And we're getting there with the honey as well. So we're not listing the honey. So that's a bug if ever I saw one. If you list something, it's not going to unpack it, even if you've got the volume set at 0. So I'll see if I can feed that back to the developer. And oh my goodness me, we've forgotten this farm. Not that we would have had it up and running for this year, but let's supply for oxen, and let's get we'll do the water supply later because we've got water nearby and hay, so we might be alright with that actually. Let's order some ploughs, and let's give you a pasture. Let's put your pasture here because we don't want to interfere with the farm. We can just give you a little pasture. And we'll put, should we just put Adam and Eve over? Give you a worker. Let's give you full workers. A cow and a bull. And then we need to make an ox. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. It bounces up after a while. 4, 5, 6. Okay, I think we've made enough ox for all of your ploughs, so that should just get delivered with the ox. You don't have to manually move them if you order them and give them over. We've got some workers. Let's give you maximum workers, and then let's get you ready for next year. And then this should do the job, really. So let's get you as long as you can go. We're going to have a big farm here. 1 field. And then we'll have you start around here, and then we're going max length if we can. Nope. We're going to have to go up to there because of these hay dryers. Put you down there. Go across there, and then we'll do another field, and then we'll bounce onto something else. Just so you don't get too bored. Not that you ever would. So that's pretty much as big as a field gets. And we'll make sure we put our crop rotation on, so we'll just do it from this screen instead of going into each individual farm. We'll have our ploughs and we'll go wheat, buckwheat, potato, wheat, buckwheat, potato. Then we'll have you as buckwheat, wheat. Oh no, let's stick with the same rotation, so potato, wheat. And let's do one more field then. Let one. That's as long as it will go. And we'll activate you. Activate, activate, activate. And you were... see it on this view. Buckwheat, potato, wheat, and then fallow. So we've got 2 of each. And then we just need 2 more, so why don't we... oh, we've got pigs dying of starvation, but we're in August, so we'll be harvesting, so they'll be alright, and we'll just see what happened there in a minute. We'll probably just run out of food, but I think we'll be alright. There we go, 1 more, and then just 1 more field up here in the corner, and then the other 2 fields we'll bring online the year after, because it doesn't matter if you put them down now or just mark them as fallow this year, they'll still have the same nutrients. We'll activate them all. But activate them after you've planted everything, otherwise it sticks you in a rotation sometimes. So we've got wheat, buckwheat, and then we'll go start with potato. Potato goes into wheat. And then goes into buckwheat. So we're going to have 2 of each crop every year, and then next year we'll add in two more fields, and we'll put them on fallow. And actually, the way it would work is to have the fallow fields going staggered every year, wouldn't it? So if we do... yeah, it would work. Okay, bear with me, this is horribly admin-y. So actually, we do want fallow fields, don't we? Okay, well, you know the principle, so we'll have these 2 fallow. So that one would be... so we'll go wheat, potato, I'll show you, I've got it, and then buckwheat here. That's it. So we've got, in this year, we've got a fallow field, in this year we've got a fallow field, and then we need a fallow field here, so we go, don't know why I've, so fallow here, and then you can be buckwheat and then you wheat. There we go. So if you have a look on each of the columns, there's a fallow year, and we will add these fields in actually, these 2, just so we've got it all laid down. So what we're actually doing with this farm is having 2 fallow fields each year, and then every other year we're going to have a crop in all the other 6 fields, and it's a really good way of just keeping a farm active every year. There we go. And we'll go on our overview, and if there's anything I wish we had is a bigger window here for the main farm, because it's a bit tricky. So we've got basically wheat, buckwheat and potatoes going through a rotation, and then we want this year in the first column fallow, and then we want something, so it doesn't really matter what we make, we'll do wheat, buckwheat and potato. So we've got all fields active. I think if I had a bit more time I could have worked out something a bit more clever, but that's a pretty good way of doing it. That's a farm set up from scratch, and we've got the next plough being delivered, and we've got full workers, and we're ready to roll. And what have you got? You're offering nails. We've probably got enough nails. Horses, iron, pigs, cows. You're demanding chicken eggs we can sell. We'll do a deal. Everything else we're not. And how did we get on with our harvest? So we're in October, and it's these 3 farms at the bottom that don't have as much access to all these workers at the top that are struggling. But look, our 2 big farms are really going for it, and they've harvested a ton of stuff. So our pigs will have plenty of food again, which they do. And what food have we got in reserve now? It should be building. So buckwheat harvest is around 3,000 in real terms. 3,000 already processed, so about 6,000 buckwheat. We've got probably getting on for about 6,000 potatoes, and we're on course for about 3,000 wheat, and that's just what we've got so far. So there's more coming in, I'm sure. Yeah, so we're really getting there with food, really getting there. I would say I'm pretty happy with the food situation, especially with that extra farm online. I would say we need some more housing down here, because these farmers struggle at harvest time. So it's one thing to note that it does matter where you have your housing and where you place your farms around the board. So we'll lay a row of housing down here. Because we've got an empty build queue, so we can get these built pretty quick. And this is starting to look really nice after our... Well, it was an absolute catastrophe, wasn't it, when the game crashed? We've fought back, and I'll just put this house here. We'll call that the farmer's house, maybe, if it's on its own. Make sure it lines up, building right to the edge of the board, maximising our space. And we could have a row of houses along the bottom here, and potentially going up, but we'll do it from the bottom so it looks good. And this is all for our farm workers, and I'm not messing around with the house on the end anymore. We're just building the row as God meant it to be. We'll just bash down this row, because that's really going to help the harvest in this area next year. Oh, uneven terrain, it's happy with a slightly larger house there. Got a bit of a hill. So we'll lay you down. It's a little bit of a delay. I would be smashing these down a bit quicker, but after I click, I'll tell you when I click. And it laid down. A bit of a delay. So we've obviously got a lot going on in this game. And we could go all the way around up here, couldn't we? But in which case we'll pause at that house. And if we need to go around, we can. Buckwheat will buy 2,000. Yep. Honey will buy. And the rest we don't need, so they were offering to buy flour and sell more pigs and iron. But look, we've got 16,000 iron. We're fine with iron. Here's our town centre. Big old town. And we do want to continue building up here, don't we? Just in the newfound land. And this is our sort of village square building up very nicely. Wagon shed's doing well. Put full workers on the wagon shed. Got one worker in the granary. We can start putting stuff there. And the smithy, let's get that up and running. Let's give you full supply. You'll be filled up pretty quick. There we go. Getting the charcoal and the iron already. They'll be making horseshoes and all sorts. In fact, if we just say don't make any nails, and you just make metal parts and horseshoes, then you can focus on that. Because if we have a trader coming through for those, we'll be in the money big time. Speaking of which, let's send some traders out. Let's keep making our money. So you go over there and you go over there, our 2 most expensive people. 1,000 buckwheat, 2,000 shoes, 2,000 sunflower oil. Certainly getting through the honey. For anyone interested in the economy, I'm just going to bash the button and show you what we've got. So, in terms of, I've never had a real detailed look at this, but it looks like it's it's just showing us like 1 year, so 1744 compared to 1743, and it goes all the way along. So that's 1 year. It'd be good if it showed you like year on year. Oh look, here's our housing rent. So we're getting in 2,000, and we're getting in 8,000 from sales, so about 10,000 is the income, and we're not including exports. And then salaries, wow, salaries are 10,000. Cool. That's incredible, isn't it? So we could... Right, let's scroll down on the economy so you can see what's there. You can pause the game if you want to have a really good look. But in terms of economy, I think we're going to have some quite rich people. They've got 329, they've got 41, they've got 94, they've got 483, and they've got 278. We've got some wealthy people. They're demanding buckwheat, shoes and wheat. Let's sell you shoes, and that's all. You we've already spoken to, and you are offering wheat. We'll take your wheat, we'll sell you horseshoes, and we'll take your honey. There we go. Trades are nice and simple now that we're not messing around with quantities of things. And I know what you're saying, we didn't employ anyone at these marketplaces, so let's do that. 1 worker at each place, and then you just kind of go down the list, don't you? So beef, buckwheat, chicken eggs and chicken meat. Second one we'll do clothes, dried fish, firewood, fish. You can have flour, honey, milk, pork, and you can have potato, sallow, shoes and sunflower oil. We're not selling salt yet. Ooh, but we should think about it, shouldn't we? I'll keep buying salt, because that's one of the kind of like the end game, isn't it? Once you're able to sell and maintain salt, but that kind of disappears very quickly. Okay, well, it's been an incredibly long episode, but I'm going to leave it with that. I mean, we're doing so well. We're getting to a point where I think we can start thinking about full employment. So we will probably have a look at that in the next episode, especially when we've got this farm up and running, because that might cover all the extra stuff we needed to really spread out to these extra 2 pig pens. Chicken meat we've got. Okay, well, fantastic. Thank you for watching this feature length episode. Join me in the next one.